Hello Libra, and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for February 2021 tarot reading, and our energy, because I'm Libra too, is the Two of Pentacles. So there might be a bit of a crossroads, a choice, changing priorities. So let's see what that is. All right, what does Libra need to know for February 2021? Let's see. I'm always invested in these ones. Okay. Ooh, this is interesting. All right. So this has something to do with in the past, in this whole situation or person or whatever, energy, in the past is coming up as temperance. So, I mean, this could also just be with you and your attitude and your perspective and your thought process. Some of you potentially about work and money. All right. So in the past, we have the Temperance card, which really is a divine timing card. Okay. And you're coming up right now as the Page of Swords. So this is potentially a new idea, but it could also, sometimes pages can represent young girls, a female child. All right. But it could also represent something from, when you were a child, or a new perspective potentially. What you need to know about is the Hanged Man. Okay, so look, temperance is divine timing, and often in our three-dimensional ego brain, ego's good, okay, but it causes certain limitations, right? So we might think, okay, this particular thing, this situation, heck, it could be this whole world situation right now, like it's something in your life that's being held up, okay? Or you feel it's being held up, and it is. The thing is, divine timing. Everything will come when it's meant to come, not when we think it's supposed to finish or happen, but and this could be something that you want to see completed or finished. It's going to happen, okay? What you need to focus on right now is like preparations for when this change occurs or when this situation comes about. And it could have to do with a person potentially, but we need to we'll look at this as a child. Okay. We might think that we have a lot less information about this whole situation than we realize, okay? We are being held up, okay? We might really want to get out and talk about things and do social media posts or get a bit of a start in something that has to do with, communication, defense, legal issues, right? But, there's a bit of a holdup, or it feels like a holdup, and this is a major arcana card. There's nothing we can say to change that. There's nothing we can write to change that. There's nothing we can post to change that. This is just the situation the way that it is now. And your energy is the Seven of Pentacles, so focus on growth. Change is occurring in the world, in our lives right now, so we can't necessarily force the change to go at a pace that our brain thinks is a good pace. But what we can do is just to get ready to receive that, to prepare ourselves, to make sure that the environment and the soil is fertile, okay? And this is the outcome, whatever this is. And so we definitely need some clarification cards, and stick around until the end where we do advice cards, okay, to get the best case scenario. The outcome, we have the Fool. So I feel like there's a risk, a leap of faith. And for some of you, this might have to do with an actual child, because often it can represent a child. Potentially in Aries for some of you. Anyways, so there's a new risk, a chance that we're going to take, because you might have just gotten tired of waiting. Like whatever this is you're waiting on, you might be taking a new risk. You might be going in a new direction, because I do see what you're waiting on. It is coming to an end, right? This is a 10 of Swords. Tens are endings, and that's what has been held up for you. All right. And it's going to be stressful because swords are stress. It's not like you're physically in danger or anything like that, okay? But it is stressful, but it's more stressful it's worse in our head than the actual situation. And it is all for a good reason in the end, because in the background, what this person who's, yes, they're really stressed, yes, they're surrendering to the situation, they're surrendering that maybe this thing will never change, okay? But there's a fire cat being birthed in the background, and that is a new opportunity. And it looks like you are going to, jump head first, feet first into this opportunity and just go for it. So Yes, there will be something that you will need to release, to surrender to the way that things are, to this hold up, that maybe this situation in your life will never change at all, and it could be with a person, like they're keeping you on the back burner, for example, okay? But once you surrender to it, that's when you create a new opportunity and a new fresh start and a fresh cycle in your life. But, you know, for that fresh new cycle to start, this old one needs to end, and it's gonna be a lot worse in your head than in reality, but it's still going to be stressful, okay? And yeah, you do have a new perspective on things, and I feel like you're just gonna mainly be kind of a bit more relaxed, maybe. This might also be like an idea that you've had. Maybe you've spoken about it to people who are very close to you. Maybe you've brought it up in conversation. It might have to do with food and drink, or something that you love. Like, it is something that you are interested in, but it's something that is quite heartfelt and important to you. And it might have to do with like having really close relationships. It could be a number of things, right? But it's something that you feel really good about. So I feel like this is kind of the crossroads that's happening with kind of just surrendering to the situation and maybe taking a second path. Let's get some clarification cards. Clarification cards for Libra, February 2021. Let's see. All right. All right. Cool. All right. So in the past, what you've been waiting on, we've got the Prince of Discs, so it might be a male, it could be someone that you work with, it could be a partner, it could be most likely a male who is the same age or maybe younger than you, or actually it could be a bit older actually in this deck, or it could be that you were, something to do with work, finances, your physical body, okay? So that's maybe what you were patiently waiting on, something to do with that. That can also represent where you live physically, things of a practical nature, okay? And this new idea or new perspective that you have, or something that you're speaking or writing about, it's really heartfelt. It does come from a good place, and you feel quite strongly and deeply about this, and you're very interested and curious about it as well, okay? I feel like you're preparing the soil for new growth. So right now you may not realize it, but or whether you do or not, like, you are preparing the soil for new growth. It's like building the foundation before, making sure the earth is solid and good before you build the house. So that's your energy right now for this new start, okay? Preparations, and you're going to see even more benefits in the future, including if it's financially. It's actually the fact that you were stuck in the situation and the situation wasn't really going anywhere. This could also be working from home for some of you, to be honest. And that actually created, like, it forced you to kind of be stuck and not be able to physically do anything for some of you, which allowed you to really, you know, create a new idea, a brilliant vision, right? Sometimes we don't really think about the future if we're like, okay, gotta do this, blah, 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 and we don't think about what we really want in the long term, and you're doing that. You are going to take a risk, and you are going to move forth with this new idea, or way of making money, for example, but you also need to take care of yourself. So self-care is number one. So the Four of Swords is a very healing card. It means truce here. So it's like, it's just like kind of making sure that you're okay. You have to be okay. So yes, you want to move forth with this. You've got great new ideas. It's very heartfelt. That's all good. But if you need to sleep in or take a nap, do that. If you need to go out for a walk, do that. If you need to give someone a call or go hang out with a friend or whatever it is, self-care number one. So you prioritize, you need to make sure, and that's also really going to help you continue with your creative ideas because your mind will be more balanced and not so stressed, okay? So make sure you take the time for healing, self-care, all of that good stuff. I know I will. Okay, so yeah, there's just been something that maybe, yeah, this end, I think someone might actually, it might be an actual person. It could be a male that tells you this thing that is just like the final nail in the coffin. You know that the way this, whatever this thing is that you've been waiting on, that's ended. You might hear from it from someone or on social media or online. And you get your power by, you know, with community, hanging out with friends, even if it's small groups, okay? You know, we've got the Three of Cups, 3 people, maybe you should be hanging out as a group of 3. I'm just saying. And so people who you can be your authentic self around and you don't feel any shame. And, you know, it's like, this is who I am. this is what I believe, this is what's important to me. And it's not about pushing values on people. It's just kind of like owning your values, and not shying away from anything. So people who you can truly be yourself and be comfortable and relaxed. And honestly, 3 of Cups, sometimes that means have a little party, have a celebration. It's okay to kick back and relax once in a while. Let's get some advice cards. All right, what advice does Libra need for this situation? Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay, all cups. So I feel like this is definitely an emotional time. If you're not feeling that now, you will with that 3 of Cups aspecting. Well, yeah, this is something that's really heartfelt. Okay, so the first advice card is the 6 of Cups. So you might want to tap into some like information or feelings from your childhood, or connect with people from your childhood. This might help you with this new idea that you have, spoken or written, for example. And also, yeah, I think that's the main thing. So just try and just kind of think, get nostalgic, all right? All right, second advice card, we've got the Princess of Cups. So stay open, right? Like it's good to follow and just kind of go with the flow, you know what I mean? And just stay, and this is something quite heartfelt, so nurture yourself as well. And you also might want to tap into your dreams for more information and listen to synchronicities, okay? The third advice card is, look, there's going to be a bit of an upset, or a bit of just a little bit, right? This is a minor arcana and it's a 5. So it's a very minor setback, especially in the grand scheme of things. But just like take care of yourself, nurture yourself, and if there are any patterns with emotional upsets, it's really important to try and figure those patterns out, you know? So for example, if there's something that's upsetting or triggers you this month, instead of trying to avoid that, I want you to just kind of like pause and just kind of sink into that feeling and move through the emotion, rather than trying to have the emotion just like avoid it, right? Because it never really goes away. It's always within you, right? And then think, when was the last time I felt this way? And then just kind of reflect on that. And then when was the first time I felt this way? Because see if you can try and figure out a little bit of a pattern, learn about yourself. And the final advice card again, the 3 of Cups. Hang out with friends. Let loose a little bit. Just have a bit of a party if you can. Seriously, celebration. Taking it easy. You definitely need that this month. And if you're still here, please send me an email. I'm just laughing at myself because of the weird things I think in my head, okay? Anyways, send me an email or check out my website down below if you would like a private reading. You can also follow me on social media. Thank you so much to everyone who's liked, shared, subscribed, hit that notification bell, and commented. I really appreciate it, and it means a lot. And I do monthly, mid-monthly videos, so I'll see you in a few weeks. And if you're still here, secret bonus card. Ooh, Queen of Swords. So whatever the situation is, make sure that you look at it and observe it in a detached way. You can feel strong feelings about something, but the Queen of Swords is saying, kind of just detach from the way that you feel and tap in with that objective, big picture perspective, all right? And some of you might want to get a lawyer. All right, have a great month. Bye.